Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I thought it was due time to make another video on this silver scam. Yes, indeed. I have made several videos on this topic, and I thought I would make just another video because I just seen a unboxing to call out the scam that a lot of people don't realize. And I'm starting to see a trend, and I want to know if everybody else is seeing the same trend. So in 2015, there was 79,640 American Silver Eagles that was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, this was the first time that I know of that this has ever happened. So this was a something that was big news at the time, and they didn't realize this until 2016. I believe it was 2016. And at the time I did a video on it, said who is going to pay this extra money for coins like this that has no mint mark? The United States Mint does not put mint marks on their American silver, on their bullion American Silver Eagles. Now, they're proof American Silver Eagles, and then they have one that they do is called the uncirculated American Silver Eagle, which is mostly just like the bullion American Silver Eagle, but they do put a mint mark on that coin, and it has a little bit of a higher premium. But in 2015 or in 2016, the news came out that there was a low number of American Silver Eagles that was produced in 2015 that was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which most of you probably already know. The majority of the American Silver Eagles that the United States Mint produces is produced. The bullion version is from the West Point Mint. And then on occasion, when they can't keep up with production, then they ask for other mints to fill in, which was the case probably in 2015 with these 79,640. So the news popped. Then it just so happened that there was a certain amount of dealers, some dealers that still had sealed monster boxes from 2015, and they were able to identify which monster boxes had some of these coins from the 79,640 that were mistakenly or where they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and started going for a very high premium. The first of a kind. This started to be a bit of a collector coin, even though the only way to identify this coin was if there was monster boxes that had labels inside, and they had to match up the tracking from the monster box, from the outside of the monster box, and the label inside the monster box to determine if these indeed were from the Philadelphia Mint. And then these dealers sent them into NGC, PCGS, other grading companies, other smaller grading companies that threw a label on them that said that these were the 2015 P from the Philadelphia Mint American Silver Eagles. So then they started going for a huge premium, $200, $300, maybe a little bit more at times for, MS-70s, MS-69s. Depending on what people were willing to pay for that coin, then they started to pay a huge amount of money. But then in 2020, the same thing happened, where there was a certain amount of coins that was produced once again at the Philadelphia Mint. Then it was labeled. Here you have it. I did a video on this back in the summer. This article came out June 12th of 2020. This was the emergency production 2020 P American Silver Eagles. Produced 240,000 American Silver Eagles at the Philadelphia Mint. So in 2015, it was just over 79,000. And then in 2020, they did 240,000. at the Philadelphia Mint. And then these started going for a bit of a premium. These were going for over $100 minimum on the secondary market, selling them from the online dealers for quite a bit of money. And to me, 240,000 is not a low number. 79,000, I can see where you could say that that's a little bit of a low number, but again, it's all about the label. If they would throw a mint mark on it and say, hey, this was from the Philadelphia Mint, now that to me is a little bit of a rarity because there's not many, or there may not be any American Silver Eagles with a P mint mark. If they were to do that, I may pay, a decent premium for if it was only 80,000 or so that had a P mint mark. I might even buy something like that depending on the cost. But when it's the label and you have to trust who's throwing the label on there that this actually came from the Philadelphia Mint, look at down the road to see, is somebody going to be willing to pay this money 20 years from now? So we have that. And then we have this. I did a video on this one last week where the US Mint offered 2020 American Silver Eagles, bullion American Silver Eagles, no mint mark. Once again, no mint mark, but they did 1 million. This time it was 1 million American Silver Eagles that was produced at the San Francisco Mint. Supposedly, the West Point Mint was not able to keep up with production, so they asked for the San Francisco Mint to step in, and they were selling these 2020 S American Silver Eagles. I hate to say S because there is no mint mark, but they were produced at the San Francisco Mint and selling them to the dealers for $2.65 over spot. So it'll be really interesting to see how much these go for once they are sent to NGC and PCGS and all the grading companies, and then they throw a label on there that says that they were produced at the San Francisco Mint. But keep in mind, these were 1 million. So in 2015, they did 79,000. In 2020, earlier in 2020, the Philadelphia Mint, there was 240,000 produced, and now from the San Francisco Mint, there was 1 million produced. So to me, looking at this, they keep on upping the mintage. They keep on upping the mintage every time they do a special, every time they ask for a different mint to step in and make a little bit more. To me, this is a scam between the mint, between the dealers, and between the grading companies because they see opportunity to make a little bit extra money. Now, I have no problem with companies making extra money, but let's just keep it real. I believe that this is one big scam just to pull the wool over your eyes, just to get a little bit more money for these American Silver Eagles. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. To me, I would not buy this. If I was going to buy, if I wanted a American Silver Eagle in which I knew which mint it came from, I would go over to the United States Mint webpage and I would just pick up the 1 ounce uncirculated coin that has a mint mark. You know exactly where this one came from. It is $67. It does have a higher premium, and I did pick one of these up a couple weeks ago when the price was still $54 before the price increase. But you do know which mint it came from, and it did come from the West Point Mint, and it has a mint mark. I don't need a grading company with a label on it to tell me where this American Silver Eagle comes from. And oh, and by the way, these tend to have a lower mintage, around between 100,000 to 200,000. Maybe this year is going to be a little bit more but it is definitely not going to be 1 million, and you know exactly where this came from. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Appreciate everybody for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is all just my opinion. If you are a collector for stuff like the emergency American Silver Eagle and don't care about the mint mark, and just if you're just a collector of NGC or PCGS slabs and you like the fancy labels and you want to pay $100 or $200 for that label, then by all means do so. This is all just my opinion. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think in that comment section below. Thanks a lot, everybody. Talk to you on my next video.